stop everything you're doing. The news just dropped, and it is a bombshell that is shaking the entire music industry to its core. We've all been watching, waiting, holding our breath to see what would happen with Sean Diddy Combs, and today, we got the verdict. Diddy has just been sentenced to 4 years in federal prison. Let that sink in for a second. 4 years federal. For a man who has been on top of the world for decades, who built an empire from the ground up, this is a monumental fall from grace. The gavel has come down and the judge has spoken. Now here's where it gets even crazier. You need to understand what was on the table. The federal prosecutors weren't playing around. They came in swinging, pushing for a much harsher sentence. Sources close to the case have confirmed that the prosecution was seeking a staggering 11 years for the man they were calling the baby oil man. 11 years. They wanted to throw the book at him, make an example out of him, and send a clear message. They presented their case, laid out all the evidence they had gathered over this long and intense investigation, and demanded more than a decade of his life be spent behind bars. But Diddy's legal team, one of the most high-powered and expensive teams money can buy, clearly earned their paychecks today. They fought back tooth and nail. They argued, they negotiated, they presented their own narrative, and somehow they managed to slash that proposed sentence by more than half, from a potential 11 years down to just 4. That is a massive legal victory, even in the face of a prison sentence. It shows you the power of having the right people in your corner when your back is against the wall. So what does this actually mean for Diddy? When will we see him again? Let's do the math, because this is where it gets interesting for his future. With the way the federal system works, he's expected to serve about 85% of that 4-year sentence. On top of that, he's getting credit for time already served, which is reported to be around 14 months while this whole process was unfolding. When you crunch those numbers, 4 years minus the 15% for good behavior, minus the 14 months he's already credited, it puts his potential release date sometime in 2028. Yes, you heard that right. By 2028, Sean Combs could be a free man again. It feels like a lifetime away. But in the grand scheme of an 11-year request, it's a fraction of what could have been. The bad boy empire is officially without its king for the next few years. The parties are over, the music has stopped, and the reality of a federal prison cell is setting in. The next chapter for Diddy will be written not in a recording studio, but inside the federal penitentiary system. We'll be watching to see what happens next. It's the end of an era, but is it the end of the man? We'll find out in 2028.